The lab each week can be found under content, and then weekly content, and then you'll go into the current week's folder. In that folder, there's a lab folder. In week 1, it's lab 1. And there's only 2 things there. One is the lab instructions, and the other is the lab upload. So this is how you'll know how to do the lab. This is where you'll upload it to once you're finished. The labs are worth 20 points, and they're all based on completeness and correctness. So as long as it's complete and correct, you'll get full credit for it. Let's look at what the instructions look like. You just click there to download the file. And this is what it looks like. So this will be the typical layout for the labs. You'll definitely need your lab manual, which is available either as a paperback or a Kindle edition. And the first several labs in here, actually 1 through 9, just kind of get to the point where you know how to open up ArcMap, bring in some data, and save and export a map. The first 3 are extremely basic. I think you'll be starting with exercise 4 here, going down through exercise 9. And you can see what you're going to do at each part of these. But basically, you're displaying some data, you're connecting to folders, adding shapefiles, adding data, displaying the data, looking at the metadata, making a layout, and then saving and exporting that map. So fairly basic things. If you worked with ArcMap before, it'll be fairly simple. If you haven't, each one of these has a YouTube video associated with it by the authors of your lab manual. And so you can just kind of work through, and they'll show you exactly how to work through these different processes as you complete the lab. Once you've completed this last saving and exporting maps, you'll make a map just like the one that appears on page 97 of your lab manual. So once you've worked through all that, you should have a map that looks just like the one on page 97. You'll save it and export that map. And you can save that as a PDF file or as a .png or .jpg image, a PNG or JPEG. But make sure if you do that, it's at least 300 dpi, or 300 dpi is good. And once you have that, either image or JPEG, you'll simply upload that to Blackboard here. And then you'll get your 20 points, assuming that it's complete and correct.